So, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's public execution by a radical leftist, these are the facts. Doesn't matter what MSDNC wants to sell you. That's the story. A radical leftist. Period. In the wake of this tragedy, I feel called to spend more time, energy, and effort in bringing us to a place of understanding what it is we're dealing with and why, to the best of my abilities. Now, I will bring together the worlds of spirituality as much as psychology. I want to bring the physical and the non-physical together to create an understanding of how we got here, why we are here, and hopefully, and I'm speaking to my parents mostly on this one, how we can hopefully avoid this to begin with. Now, in order for me to do so, I have to bring up a very disturbing video. I don't mean disturbing as in the physical qualities of this video, but I think it will speak for itself.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged!
For the person out there who...
So, couple things. First and foremost, I do believe that whoever's behind that camera prepped these kids. And I don't mean the prepping we're about to get into, right? The real life grooming that is taking place when it comes to the minds of these kids, you know, at the hands of the leftists and the so-called progressives of the world. So I do believe that she prepped them, right? To say, okay, first, did Donald Trump die? Second, who did she say there secondly?
The president died?
Okay, third best news. Okay, third best news.
The vice president died?
Oh, the vice president. And then, of course, Elon Musk. So why would these kids have such a perspective? Well, they were given that perspective. Likely off camera right before the video so mama can get as much narcissistic supply as possible. And then, of course, a lifetime's worth of grooming throughout these young women's lives. And I truly hope that that is what I'm looking at. This, I believe, is a girl. This, I truly hope is a girl as well, right? I hope they haven't started taking them through, you know, the second layer of hell, which is, you know, through this quote unquote transitioning of the kids. So the reason why this video, I feel like, is almost a cornerstone for this conversation that we will be continuously having is because it starts in the home. And I titled this video Raising Demons, right? How would one raise a demon? Well, it would be relatively simple. First, you would have to make sure that there is no God in your home. There is no foundation of objective truth based upon reality. There is no spiritual quotient, not speaking on, you know, crystals and chanklas. I know, chakras. Things that I fell into, things that I found myself gravitating towards when I was straying from truth. You make sure that there is no one and only true Alpha and Omega God in the home. Now, directly from that, you make sure that there is no father in the home. Now, I don't know whether daddy's in the house or not, but I know that it is far more powerful when you have no leader in the flesh in that home. And sometimes it may mean that daddy is absent in mind and emotion, that papa is there, but he's not there. As they say, the lights are on, but nobody's home. He's checked out. That right there is going to be a perfect recipe. And statistics show us this in almost every metric, as far as those who spend the most time in prison, those who end up on drugs, etc., are more often than not those who are raised in such a household. So God out the house, dad out the house, mother unhinged and emotionally unstable. There are many single mothers out there, unfortunately, due to whether the loss of the father in a physical sense or a necessary divorce because of abuse and things of that nature. I understand that. So to address those, the next best thing you can do is to create an emotionally unstable woman in the house. Checkmate. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. This right here.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Now, let's just say that's a real life reaction. This is a grown woman, likely has, she at least has to be late 20s, very best late 20s, early 30s. Likely she's a 40-year-old woman plus. This is a woman who is celebrating the marriage of a person or people that she does not know. This is what we call celebrity worship. And Taylor Swift out of all of these individuals. She is calling this person her best friend. Obviously, this woman is mentally unwell at some extent and childish, to say the best, right? Or say the least. Childish at best. That's what I mean. Childish at best. So the mother is then in charge of the role of, or is stepping into the role of God, the role of father in such an environment. And again, whether the dad is there or he's a weak father, he is absent in mind and emotion or whatever it may be. You then have the mothers ruling the house, or maybe when you have these soft, high estrogen guys who claim to be a man, might even have a beard and, damn chest muscles, but are still filled with soya. These sorts of guys, the white dudes for Kamala, right? These sorts of guys will create the very same environment and will likely be complicit with the mother in creating this. I know this is generalities, but I have almost never seen where the mother was not a part of this scheme. Almost never. I think I've heard of maybe one story that was publicized where there was a mother who was fighting for her children not to be, transformed. So the raising of a demon will start off in the household. It is the ideas that are taught, the messages that are continuously perpetuated. A child, as much as an adult, will continue to have God looking to make his way into their life. That's facts. I mean, many of y'all, when y'all were kids, y'all felt that pull, that compulsion to move towards God, and even that you were being protected and watched and things of that nature, even when it didn't make sense. When you have a child pulled away from that tendency, they will find something to worship. And so they will worship the gods of their parents oftentimes, which in this case is the God of progressivism, the God of Marx, right? Which is, I believe, in a spiritual sense, demonic, evil entities. I know it sounds naive or childish, but, I think we're going to start figuring out that this is actually the most complex form of what we're seeing. The simple psychology doesn't explain the entire extent of it. So we have the raising of the child. And what does the child become? Well, we've had quite a few examples in just the last couple of weeks from what happened in Minneapolis, right? When one of the Transformers took out those innocent children willfully, gleefully. Then we had a young Ukrainian woman whose only crime was coming back home from work and sitting on that light rail and having her life brutally taken from her. And then now, a man of God and American hero, Charlie Kirk, taken from us at 31 years old. All at the hands of the very same ideology.
For the person out there who's planning on doing it, the thing that we all wake up every day hoping we'll see in the news, and we're like, man, no one's done it yet. Keep going. Your plan, it's gonna work. If not, it'll inspire the next person. And we are all rooting for you. You have our support. You have our admiration. We might make a national holiday out of you. And I will definitely put money on your books. And if you're into this sort of thing, I'll write you some letters of the naughty sort, should you find yourself behind bars for it. But we're all rooting for you and hoping that you do it quickly and get away with it. Power to the people.
Reddit needs a
So the reason I brought that video up specifically, though I could have brought up an infinitum of them, especially right now as, you know, these ghouls are celebrating the death of a father and a husband, an American patriot, and more specifically and more importantly, a man of God. So the reason I brought that one is because it parallels, right? Here you have...
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Okay, so this kid right here, let's say 9 years ago. Let's say she's what? What would you guys say? Is she 9? Is she 10? I don't know. Is that the build is just throwing me off a little bit. So I'm not quite sure if this is a 9-year-old. Let's say they're 9. 9 years ago, Trump is first brought into or elected into office, brought into the world of politics, compelled, I believe, chosen for the space of politics to do what he is now doing. 9 years ago. So if this little girl was 9 years old 9 years ago, when this sort of rhetoric was first being pushed around our president, now she's 18. Let's say that this girl right here is 18 years old.
Admiration, we might make a national holiday out of it.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys caught the context, but she's alluding to taking the life of the president in this one. There's no difference between the messaging. The difference is just now you have a child who, you know, is sort of just saying the things and then mimicking the things that she hears around her, to now it is rooted in her. It is now festered in her. It's become a part of her personality to have this level of a vile nature. Now, I was not planning on doing this, but I said, you know, give me some scriptures right now that have to do with the scheming of the evil, because that's what I was feeling in that moment, was like, these are the schemes of evil people. So describing the wicked making evil plans, but their plans will not work and their swords will go into their own hearts. I mean, yeah, they're basically doing it to themselves. Whoever plots evil will be known as a schemer. That's a schemer right there. The heart that devises wicked plans. So this is the heart that devises wicked plans. They're planning, they're scheming. How do we take out the president? So what reason is there to take out the president? Well, he's a fascist. What does that mean? Well, I don't really know, but that's what I've been told for the last 9 years, so it must be true. My mother told me this. Does she know what a fascist is? Well, she says it's kind of like the little mustache man. Okay, so tell me, what are the parallels between the little mustache man and our current president? Well, has our president been at the helm of a genocide of more than 6 million people? Well, I mean, yeah, like technically, because, you know, like because he says these mean words, then they're violence. Words are violence. Well, no, words are not violence. Actually, words are words and oftentimes can incite, but they in themselves are not violence. And we can deal with the incitement, you know, through the law. Well, no, words are violence. Pew, pew. The end. That's what has been created here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace. Aquarius. Where? I've been up for hours, I've been up for days, you staring at the ceiling, I've been counting strays, you I've been in my feelings, I've been out of mind, I've been getting visions of the other kind. I've been up for weeks, I'm in the count of blessings over count of sheep. I can never be the type to limit when it comes to me. I used to be the pleaser for the people, I ain't